Hey guys, Void of Dusk Gaming here, and today I want to show you some Elsu gameplay in the new update, as I haven't done this, and I think Elsu is quite a capable marksman. Of course he is not Caffeine and he is not Hayate, but I still believe that a lot of newer players, especially in the lower ranks, have quite some problems with him, because he actually deals a ton of damage, and I don't mean by snipe. Elsu is probably something special, as you will notice that his attack speed is fairly low, but on the other side his attack output is high. So this is going to be a match where I just show you some gameplay without any super cool tips, super cool stuff. It's not a guide or something. I just wanted to show you a really nice Elsu game, and there we go. We are in. I'm on the dual lane with Lumbur. We have decided to go bot because there is the Abyssal Dragon and we are going against a bunch of enemies. And right now I'm using my invisibility to sneak up to the enemy. I have chosen the snipe ability as my first one, and I will do something new in this game. I'm using my snipe to clear minion waves. That's something that I haven't done before, but as you have this high damage output, it's actually quite clever to use the damage output to clear minion waves faster, because that just means that your minions are going to come to the tower sooner or earlier, and that just means that there will be more damage to the tower, and that is your primary goal. So there we go. Little mistake here. I went too far into the tower range. Again. You see, I'm not that clever. And unfortunately for the enemy team, they have decided that the dual lane is not a dual lane. They decided that the dual lane is a solo lane, and there is only the Emily. And of course that matchup isn't perfect for her. And as you can see, by incident, I've picked the minions, and you can clearly see that she doesn't really know how to play against Elsu, or how long the vision becomes as soon as I use my snipe, because otherwise she would have moved out of the range. But that was so easy targeting her again that I even thought she might just throw the game, because she's fucked that she had to go against Elsu all by herself. But she's making an attempt, so not too sure about that. While my team is getting the Abyssal Dragon, yeah, I missed the shot here, so not too crazy on that, but otherwise I've set up some marks here, used them to get some vision. And that is a bad situation for Batman, because he can't really use his damage potential to the fullest, because he is just gonna be unveiled all the time. And here comes the first kill for me with the support of Lumbur and with the support of Murat. Fairly easy. Violate is making a half-hearted attempt to kind of get us here on the tower. But there's not really that much that she can do against it. I have to move out here quickly, because otherwise that Jinna is gonna kill me. He has the potential to do so, and as you can see, he already killed our Lumbur, and that's not something that we want to have. But look at that beautiful shot, like, because he was walking in a clear walking pattern, I kind of knew what he was up to, so it was kind of easy for me to predict his movement. And that was bad. Like, that would have been great. And I know that Violet wants me. Like, I know that she wants to use one of her abilities in order to get me. Lumbur, of course, is not enough to kind of save the day. Great thing here on Murad. Tower has been destroyed. That's unfortunate. But we have so much damage potential right now. And here comes the arrow. And unfortunately, they have been traveling too far away from me, so I can't snipe them. But you'd see that the range of Elsu is kind of something that's really great, because that actually means that you will hit a lot of enemies. And good thing that arrow goes in here to get the tower. I need to use my restore here. 4 against 4, the game is looking really nice, but you can always make good use of your long range to snipe enemies, and you can deploy those little pesky mines, and they will do you a great favor, because that's the only single thing in the whole game that's gonna be of a use in terms of extending your vision. And unfortunately, we have to go out here. We don't have the damage potential, and Lumbo gets caught off here by the ult of Omen. Omen runs in, and that is a kill. We've been pretty lazy on that. We did not really defend it well, so that was well deserved. The guys get the Abyssal Dragon as well as some farm on Spirit Birds and all those little things that you want to get. So yeah, that was not really good play, like not from me, not from Lumbo, and good thing that they got it here. Like that's they played it better, so you gotta admit that, and now they will play it worse. And I'm using my ult to make way in front of her. That's a little trick that I use here. I don't know if you have ever played Elsu or if you have used that, but I use it quite often because it just helps you to make a range fight and get into position. Do get some farm here because we're sneaking on Murad, and now we have to make way to the middle wave, and that shot wasn't well positioned. I should have timed it so it would hit all the minions, because that will just reduce the tower damage. But it doesn't matter, tower still stands, and then we have a Emily that is pretty much too far ahead, and now we can snipe things. And unfortunately, damage is not sufficient to kill her with one shot, but it just shows you how much damage you can make. Still on Elsu. After all these nerves, all these runes, all this shit, Elsu is still a powerhouse. He's packing up so much damage, it's crazy. Like, if you ever play against Elsu on early levels, it kind of just ruins your day. Every single time he uses one of his snipes and he gets you, because it can just mean that 1/3 of your health is basically missing after you have confronted him, and that's not something that you want to have 3 times, because then you're dead. And usually you will have to defend your tower, and that's that. I kind of changed my build here, like the one that I have been picking, just because I wanted to have a little bit more attack speed. In my opinion, 2 attack items on Elsu are not wasted, because it actually helps you to get the damage off, because you do a lot of true damage, not true damage, but damage by your auto attacks. It's of course not true damage, but a lot of damage comes from your auto attacks, and if you only kind of use your snipe and stuff, you will have a limitation, in my opinion. Like, I think Elsu has much more to offer than just the snipe. The snipe is a pretty welcome range tool, because you can actually put out quite some damage from afar, and you will be safe. And what I've just learned is that I use a lot of stuff by just using my snipe into the direction, by really pressing it fast, holding the direction, and it kind of feels like a shotgun. You should try that if you haven't, because it actually feels quite nicely to destroy someone when he wasn't really feeling that you could, because the enemies always think that the only thing that Elsu can do is basically use his snipe to threaten you, but that's not the case. Like, you've got I didn't look it up, but from the experience that I have made with AD carries, it just feels that you have the highest raw damage output from auto attacks, and that is something. I'm using my ult here, I'm using some stuff here, and I feel quite comfortable, because actually, yeah, that's the deal. because actually my team was there and I have seen it, so that's kind of okay-ish. I do get some double kills here, and there's not really that much that I need to do because my team is with 5 members here and we are forcing up on that tower. But I just feel like I need to go home because it actually is time to go back. Yeah, that's the deal. So, from my opinion, after 9 minutes gameplay and a 6-1-5, I think Elsu is still pretty strong. He has a really solid kit, both on range as well as far away. And the crazy thing about him, and that's really, really good about him, is that he is able to attack from the distance afar, and that really makes him quite nice. Missed a shot here because there was some kind of interference. Doesn't really matter. Enzo arrow goes down, but we do have the minion pressure here, so we can go for the tower. And that's something where you can excel as the AD carry because you are the one to put the damage on the enemy tower. And wow, look at that! Like that was the stuff that I was talking about. Getting Violet with just one shot basically halves her health. Like, you are dealing so much damage that you can actually get a really large chunk out of the enemy, and that's crazy. Like, you just have to hit one shot. A little bit too overextended here from what I think is good for your health, and therefore I just opted in and used my sprint ability to retreat to safety, and now my team comes up. We are 5 people in the middle. Errol tries to make a play, and here comes the stuff from the side. I realized that early enough so I could really do some harm to them, and no one in our team is dead. That's always a great thing. And look at how much damage we deal to that team. Like, I have to be a little bit careful because right now Violet is on the power spike and she's able to do some serious damage just by rolling in once. But as I mentioned in my videos quite a lot, I love the fact when you're actually not playing a game where you feel like you're playing against bots. So 18 versus 12 or 19 versus 12, that's not a bad game. That just means that we have been a little bit better. Our positioning was a little bit better, but actually we're doing quite nicely. And yeah, that's just something. Right now we're doing the Dark Slayer at minute 12. I think that's something that you can solidly do, but we need the help of the team to finish it, because otherwise the Lumbo is going to die, and then we need to retreat all over the place. I do some serious damage to Batman. There's nothing that he can do against me. 3 shots have been enough, with my ult included, to kill one of the stealthiest junglers in the entire game. And I feel bad for him, but on the other part I had to do it, and that was unlucky. But yeah, we got her killed. Like, that death was worth it, because it actually means that we have killed one of the most annoying damage dealers in the game at the moment, period. And that just shows how capable she is, that you want to see her dead, because otherwise she is causing a lot of damage. And we are going to get the Muramasa here for some additional damage. Oh no, I've changed it, and that's the stuff that I said. Like, you want to have at least 1 or 2 attack speed boosting items, because it actually benefits you quite a lot to have them. So that is the plan here. But as the game isn't going to last that much longer, I won't make that much use of it. And right now we have turned the tide from some KD to a lot of KD. Right now it's 24 against 13. I've got 9 kills in my bag, which actually feels really nice. Doing some snipe stuff here, like, it doesn't really matter. Got someone defeated here, dealing a lot of damage to the Emily and a lot of damage to that Jinna as well, aced him, and there we go with the double kill. Now we've got the whole pressure from the minions, the whole enemy team is wiped out entirely. I've got the Slick Stings, and this just means that we finished the game, and I think that wasn't that bad. So there we go. Let's check the results, and then we are out for this. As always, I'm gonna mention that I'm World of Dust Gaming. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider to do so, because it actually helps me a lot. I want to reach those 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Actually, things are looking quite good at the moment because I do get some serious stuff done. I am the MVP. After quite a while, I have achieved that rank again. 12-9, 11-12. That's my build. I'm gonna put it in the description below, as well as the builds. And yeah, that was it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my video, and have a nice weekend.